Hello everyone, this is Mr. Nightmare here. We're going to continue reading Eyeless Love, Chapter 5. Kira's point of view. I woke up as Jack was holding me in his arms. My head rested on his chest. Yesterday was the best day of my life. My parents were dead and I didn't care. I was with Jack and in my beautiful new house in the woods. I know the police are going to think that I had something to do with my parents' death, but it didn't matter. They'll never find me. I felt Jack rubbing my back. "Good morning, beautiful," he said. "Good morning," I replied. We both got out of bed, we ate breakfast, and I took a shower afterwards. I went downstairs as Jack was sitting in the living room watching TV. I curled up next to him. "So," I began, "when I'm going to meet your friends." Probably. It depends on what they're doing." "Oh, okay, Jack." "Yes." "Do you have any enemies, if you don't mind me asking?" No, it's okay." He took a deep breath and thought for a moment. I do have one enemy." "Who?" "The Rake." "The Rake? The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember. Who is he?" "He's a demon like me. He has really long claws, kinda looks like he has rakes on his hands, aka the name." "So why is he your enemy?" "He hates me. Ever since we got into the fight and we started storming and I was picking my next victim and he had the same thing in his mind. Only he didn't take the organs, he just kills them." "Then why does he kill them?" "He said the only thing he knows how. The victims I picked were college students and I was on college campus and he picked the same guy to kill. But I didn't want him to kill him." "What happened?" "I said that I wasn't going to let him kill the guy. We got into a fight. I won, but it left us both hurt pretty bad," he said as he got on his way and walked, make me shift. "Did it happen again?" "Yeah, only this time he was going to kill the whole family and they had a newborn with them, and I couldn't leave the child an orphan, so we fought. I won again, but he wasn't messing around. He's no one to mess with. I only had a few scratches. He was going to make good on his word, no matter how long it took." He sighed. It seems to have been he was ashamed of what happened. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "For what?" "For I put you in danger. If he finds out about you, he will kill you." He hugged me tightly. It was like it's going to be the last time he ever was going to hold on to me in his arms. I placed my hands on his shoulder. "Now I feel bad about this." "Jack, it's okay." "No, it's not. Your life is in danger and it's all my fault." He sounds as though he was going to cry. I held my tears. Maybe he was going to try to scare you. I tried to calm him down. "No, the Rake is not like that. If he bows on something, he's going to do it." "Oh, Jack." We sat there with each other's arms wrapped around each other. I was trying to think of a way to make him feel better, but nothing came up. I pushed away a little. There's only fear in his face. He was really scared for me. I leaned in and kissed him. The tension on his shoulders disappeared, and he started to calm down. "Kira," he whispered. "Yes." "I love you." "I love you too, Jack." We kissed again, and he moved his lips slowly against mine. I felt something thick and wet run across my lips. I opened my mouth as he shoved his tongue inside my mouth. I moaned while our tongues danced together. I felt him slowly pushing me down, pinning me on the couch. With him on top of me, and after a little while, he was getting rough. We were interrupted by the sound of glass breaking. He quickly pulled away and got off me. "Stay here," he ordered, and I sat up and as he left to go investigate. He was gone about 5 minutes when I got the feeling that I was being watched. I got up and looked around. I was about to call up for Jack when "Hello there," said a straggling voice. I turned to see the horrific creature with long claws that made its hand look like a rake. "You're even more beautiful up close," he said, slowly moving closer to me. I stood back. Are you the rake? "So Jack told you about me," he chuckled. "Good. Why are you here?" I said. I was getting scared. Well, I'm here to kill you. Duh." "Jack," I called. "Don't bother calling him. He's already too late." He laughed as I screamed and closed my eyes, and I heard something crash against the wall, and I opened my eyes. It was Jack in front of me. He turned around and he put his mask back on, and he pulled his hood over his head. "Kira, run!" he ordered. I obeyed and ran. I opened the front door and went outside. I hid behind a tree, just a few feet away from the house. I was scared of the rake, worried sick about Jack's point of view. I wasn't going to let him touch her. I'll do anything to protect her. Rake looked at me and chuckled. "So you haven't made her immortal yet?" "That's none of your business." "You can't protect her forever, Jack. Not from me. Don't you dare touch her." I found myself in another battle with him. This time it was personal. I wasn't fighting for a newborn. I was fighting for the girl I loved. He scratched my leg. I was barely bleeding. "What's wrong, Rake?" I turned. "Getting lousy," he growled. "I'll show you, lousy." He ran towards me and claws ready to strike. I dodged him and kicked him in the gut. "You're starting to interrogate me?" he hissed. "Wow, confident you're going to win. Confident you're going to win." He hissed at me and tried to hit me again. I hit him first. "You're getting lousy." "Shut up." Every time he attacked me, I would get him first. It wasn't until the 10th time I realized that he has a real plan. Was it? He's making me tired. "Wait a minute, you're being lousy on purpose." "Not true, I'm giving it all my all." There was a scream in his voice. I was angry, and then I thought of a way to get him to start fighting for real. "What's wrong? Scared?" I taunt. In all my way, the rake's too scared to fight eyeless Jack to fight him for real. I could tell that was pissing him off. "Scared? I'll show you scared." He laughed again, and this time he was too fast for me to dodge. But he didn't claw at me, and he grabbed me. The next thing I knew, we were outside. I was punching him in the face, getting him off. It worked. I looked around. No sign of Kira, thank God. The rake ran at me. Then something stopped him. He was only a few feet away from me when he stopped. He was looking scared. There's something standing behind me. Then I looked. I just know it. I just turned around to see what it was. It was Slender Man. "Hello, Jack," he said. "Hey, Slindy." The rake froze. I knew he was scared of Slindy, but was he that scared? Slender Man walked past me to the rake. "Hey, Slender," Rake said in a shaky voice. "Rake, what are you doing?" "Nothing." "Really, Rake? You're going to lie to me?" "I'm not lying." "Yes, you are." "Rake, you got until 3 to get out of here before I kick you out." 3. And Slindy lifted his legs and kicked the rake right in the face, sending him flying out straight. "I thought you said until 3, I asked. He looked at me and this guy had no face. "I said until 3. I did not say I was going to count to 3. I laughed. I looked around and called for Kira. There was no answer. "She's the girl you told me about?" Slindy asked. "Yeah. Where is she?" "She's in the house." "No, I told her to run." "But she didn't have to run that far." "I'll help you look for her." We sprint as I kept calling, but there was no sign of her. I was getting worried. Where would she go? I kept calling and looking, but nothing. I was scared. "Jack?" It was a very faint but familiar from the distance. I finally heard something. It sounded like she was crying. I ran towards her in the sound of finding her laying on the ground. She had a few claw marks on her stomach. Kira! I ran and held her in my arms. I tried to wipe the blood coming from her mouth, but it was hopeless. I started to cry. Please, I sobbed. Don't leave me. I lifted her. I felt her lift my mask off. She gently placed her hands on my face. It was cold. It only made me cry even more. She kissed me one last time before pulling away, laying her head on my chest. I love you, she whispered. I love you too.